Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Weather look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Partly sunny skies with a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. An afternoon high of 93. Showers and storms likely through the evening. Overnight, a low near 71. Clouds and sunshine mixing for your Friday with highs in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
Well, you know it's Thursday, August 12th, and well, you should know. You know who I am? Oh, sorry, Mr. LaRusso. Lola knows who I am. Lola, you know who I am?
Who?
You know who that is, folks? Lola Miller. Believe me, there's only one like her on the face of the earth. If there's two, I'm going to Greenland to live. So how you been, Lola? I didn't see you. I actually miss you when I'm not here on Wednesday. No, I'm lying. I'm a
Yes,
man.
I know.
I'm a
I
man.
know.
I can lie.
Very hard to believe.
But give me credit. Did I make you a hell of a sandwich?
Yes, that was really very good.
You know, I put like 8 slices of bacon on that.
I noticed.
I said, if she complains, I'm going to make her wear it.
I'm not going to complain about a
You probably could eat a
egg
pound of
and
bacon, right?
cheese sandwich.
Could you eat a pound of bacon?
Probably.
Yeah. You like Canadian bacon?
Yes.
Oh, I love Canadian bacon. Oh.
It's just so damned expensive.
Yes. And I really shouldn't eat bacon, but when I go to my favorite mom and pop restaurant in Claysville, Main Street Cafe, I can give them a plug, because they give me free refills of coffee to take home, which is the radio station. I'll get maybe a small pancake. They call them silver dollars. There's like 2 or 3 of them. And a slice of bacon. It's the biggest slice of bacon I think I've ever had. I don't know where they get it from. I'm not going to say anything. That may change. And a cup of coffee, and it's like $3.99. I think I leave that much for a tip because there's such great people in Claysville, you know? In a way, I feel like I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world. I'm going to show you my morning newspaper. See that? That happened at 2:20 yesterday afternoon on Jefferson Avenue. At about 1 o'clock, I was on that same street because I got my car inspected before I went to the Pirate game. It was long overdue, like a month. I don't know. They don't stop you if you don't have inspections anymore. They don't even stop you. I speed, and I drive right by policemen. I thought, well, maybe I'm going to get pulled over. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. Maybe they don't want to stop me coming down Cabela's Hill. But this vehicle, and this has some local information, this vehicle was traveling west, 2994 Jefferson Avenue. I was just there at about 1 o'clock. And a West Virginia man was killed during that heavy storm we had when a tree fell on his car. His passenger, okay. The passenger was able to walk to the ambulance when the ambulance arrived a few minutes later. I mean, it's crazy. I was right on that street, at about 105, And then I wake up this morning and I see this, And I kept reading, oh my God, the guy's from Follinsby, West Virginia. So, and ambulance and chair service, EMS, they're the ones that dragged me out of the press box at the Wild Things game a couple of weeks ago and took me to hospital. Those guys and women, I don't know what they get paid, but I got to believe they're underpaid. But they do it because they help, some cases, save lives. In one case, had me ready to go to the emergency. I mean, they probably don't get paid a whole lot, do they, Lola?
I have no idea. I have no idea what they get.
So salute to them. Mr. Floyd Gregory Stephen, Follinsby, age 53, was killed by the tree. And I talked to one of the city policemen. I said, that had to be a big tree. And he said, it looked like just a gigantic, he told me, like a huge pipeline or something. And wow. Well, one good news, the passenger was able to walk to the ambulance. So the Canton Township Fire Department was also there. So I know the chief, Chuck Labella, and I got to talk to him during a break at the Pirate game. So that could have been me. I was there about 1 o'clock getting my car inspected. Then about an hour later, man, I saw, I don't know if you had it down here, Lola, the clouds. I've never seen clouds as black as the clouds that came over Washington County. Then on my way to Pittsburgh to the Pirate game, I had to pull over a couple of times. I could not see. And yet all these big trucks were passing me up like it's daylight. Now my Pirate story. I called late yesterday morning, and I said, I just need one seat. I called the media relations, as if they can't give it to me, right? And they said it'll be at will call. Well, I go to will call at about 5:45. I had to wait for the gate to open at 6. And I'm wondering, where are all the people? Usually there are lines of people waiting to buy tickets or whatever. Well, the end of this story is there was hardly anybody there. So the window opens, and Joyce was there. Joyce has been an employee there for a long time. And I said, there should be a ticket in my name, Joyce, Bill DeFabio Sports Call. She said, we have no media tickets, and there's nothing here for you. I goes, oh, okay. Well, I'll just go buy one. She goes, no, let me call the press box. So I'm waiting, and I'm still looking around. There's still nobody around. Usually there's lines of people waiting to get in or whatever. The restaurants across the street, nobody's around. It's like a bomb hit them. Maybe it started to rain and people went crazy. I don't know. So finally, she said, here's an envelope. You have a good seat. Okay. Any seat at PNC Park's good. By the way, in a recent survey, Lola, I don't know who did it, a group of writers, Detroit's ballpark was ranked 5th best in the country, okay, for location and view. PNC Park, number 1. The worst, to no one's surprise, tied for last at number 32, Tropicana Park or whatever, where Tampa Bay plays. Oh, that's an awful, awful place. And Oakland, which is really bad, really bad. So I go over to my seat, right? And they put me in the middle of St. Louis Cardinal fans. Everybody around me, St. Louis Cardinal fans. And nobody was around them. Nobody was in the right field seats, maybe 5 people. Nobody was in the cheap seats in left field. There was like 7,800 people there. So I went to the concession line at the bottom of the 5th inning. There was nobody at the concession lines. I mean, usually it takes me a few minutes to get a beer or whatever, okay? All I wanted to get was like a small order of nachos with a limited amount of cheese and a bottle of water, which was $7.25 or whatever. But it was the quickest I've ever gone to a concession stand, and I decided to walk around, check the other concession stands. and I saw maybe 3 or 4 people. No one in the merchandise store except the 6 employees, because I counted them. There was nobody in there but them. And it's sad because, you know, the Pirates, I'll be honest with you, suck. So who wants to go to the game? Unless it's a fireworks night. Unless they're giving away a bobblehead. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now, I got to watch something that was unbelievable. I like old guys that hang around in sports. Adam Wainwright, 39 years old. He hasn't had a good year. Well, he's 11-6, but he has a history of beating up on the Pirates. He goes 9 innings. 9 innings. He gave up 2 hits, recorded a shutout. 4-0 was the final. He got as many hits. This is a pitcher that entered the game .059. Pitches a complete game, which is unheard of. A shutout, which is very difficult to do, especially if you go the distance. And he had as many hits as the Pirates. The Pirates only had 2 hits last night. The opposing pitcher held them to 2 hits, shut them out, won a complete game, and oh, by the way, he helped his offense with 2 hits. What a hell of a day. Whew. Other than that, it's okay. That's all right. Coming up, Abe Key. If you're a Mountaineer fan, you went to West Virginia. Oh, he wears WVU everywhere. I'll see him in a restaurant, and, you know, I don't tease him about Pitt anymore. But he loves WVU. And he also loves Pony Baseball because he's the CEO of Pony League Baseball. Pony League was in trouble a few years ago. They couldn't get a major sponsorship. And thanks to Abe and his group of volunteers, they penciled or penned, I don't know how they sign contracts today, a great deal with Dick's Sporting Goods. That's the major sponsor. And Dick's Sporting Goods, with the help of Abe Key and his people at Pony League Museum. By the way, there's a nice museum of baseball players, young players, Pony League players, from way back when, 1952 to the present. Pictures, baseballs, a lot of baseball stuff involving youngsters. The museum is next to the Wild Things Park. So go early. I'd call first. I don't know if they're going to be open all the time or what. Call first. Get the cheap tour. I don't think there's a cost. You just walk around and go, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. And you can't steal all the baseballs that's hanging on the wall because I tried that. No, I didn't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, folks. I don't want you to say DeFabio stole baseballs out of the Pony League World Series Museum. But it's great to see pictures of a lot of these youngsters. A lot of them turned pros. I mean, go to a Wild Things game early. If you go on Sunday, call Pony League Baseball. Well, Pony League Baseball will probably be closed because they're playing the games at Old Washington Park. That's what Abe Key is going to talk about. Washington, I don't think they've won a Pony League World Series since 1952. Why? Well, most of the talent is better than what they put together in Washington. All right? But this year's Washington County team, it's now a county team. It used to just be the city of Washington. Now they've surrounded places like North Franklin, South Strabane, Cannonsburg, baseball players from McGuffey. I don't call them McGoofy anymore. Claysville, North Allegheny, okay? Now it's like Washington County team. Although I don't know how North Allegheny has their own team, I'm sorry. So they're poised to win this year. Why? Thank you, COVID-19. All those great teams from China, Japan, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, not playing this year. There's a very good team, I think, from Michigan. They're good every year. So there's a chance, maybe 50-50, that Washington can record their first championship and second overall. But it's good competition, even though I think there are only 8 teams. Mr. Mountaineer will give me more information. Then at 1:35, when it comes to the Blues, nobody does it better than Bruce Wheeler. As we speak, I think he's working down the street. As a matter of fact, Lola, what's going on across the street? Are they already working on the pipelines or whatever? It's crazy already.
I have no idea what they're doing. I can't keep track of it all.
You know, I think between 2 lights, it took me about 6 or 7 minutes to get down the hill. I should park up at the bridge and then roll down. But it even affects River City. You can't get into River City. You can't park near there. You know, usually they get a nice lunch. I don't know. Hopefully when this is done, it's done. You know, going in and out of the tunnels are going to be real beautiful combined. When the exit one, that the one exit leaving, will be done. And hail to those guys that work in the hot sun and in the rain. And, you know, my son got soaked yesterday being a delivery guy, the mailman. And he said, I saw him this morning, because he finally got a day off after working, 16 days in a row? Because of the union, they said you have to give him a day off. Give him a day off. So I think they're going to give him 2 days off. That's one union you don't want to mess with, the postal system. He said, Dad, you know, I haven't worked in winter yet. And I goes, I know. So it'll be, you know, if you watch, you know, while I'm scared to go out in 2 inches of snow, you got these people in snowy sidewalks. People don't clean their sidewalks. They're still delivering the mail to your house. Maybe not on time, but, you know, God bless all those guys. And women. I don't want to forget them, because most of the women in East Washington deliver the mail, okay? And they like it on a hot day when I'll go out and give them a bottle of water, okay? In the wintertime, since I know, I don't want to mention her name, I know the 2 girls that deliver, I'll give them hot chocolate or something. Coffee, you'd think I gave them gold. And boy, are they restricted on how they park the cars. The wheels got to be turned in, I think. All right? You really can't do anything to animals. That's why Anthony's got this big pouch in case he gets attacked. You got to be careful if he sprays anybody. He just has to be real careful, because there's so many guidelines that they have to follow. The good thing is he's got a very strong union. But do you know how strange it was, Lola? Section 204, I'm the only person in the section with about 20 people not wearing a St. Louis Cardinals uniform or jersey. There were more Cardinal fans there than Pirate fans. It was strange. Then to watch the old guy. You know, he has struggled with elbow problems the last couple of years. Tossed a complete game, shut out, which is unheard of, and he contributes with 2 hits. He gave up just as many hits as he recorded, 2 to the Pirates. Whatever. I want to see how many strikeouts he had. Okay. Want to take? No, we can't take a break. Biff, is he still here?
No.
Chris Davis, who signed a huge contract a couple of years ago, and his batting average is about my weight the last couple of years. He was overpaid, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. He didn't put a gun to somebody's head and said, I'm worth zillions of dollars. He's retiring from Major League Baseball. He's a first baseman. He released a statement early this morning that he was walking away from the game after 13 years. Wow. He did have some good years. And after that one good year, 4 years ago, they gave him a huge contract. I'm not about giving guys 4 and 5 years, you know. I think there's a couple of football players in the NFL has 6, 7 years. You don't know about these guys. One ACL, you know, shoulder problems. Who was the one Dodger? He was a Red Sox. Mookie Betts. I think he signed for 7 years. And then there's a story with, I just forgot his name. He just signed for $198 million, Lola, for 4 years. Do the math. Isn't that like $50 million a year?
It's a lot.
And he said he's very happy for his family. Russell Westbrook. Hey, Russell. All right, let's not get too cocky. Or let's not feel, gee, that's not enough money to feed a family. I could feed a family on $500,000. Lola and sister Linda could live on $500,000. Well, knowing Lola, she watches her dollars and cents. They could probably live on $100,000. Could you live on $100,000, Lola?
Oh, I think I could struggle through it.
That's beer money, right? Whatever. But it's amazing. And I don't blame the players. I've said this before. The players do not, I mean, if the owners didn't have it, you'd see more people selling their teams. How many teams have been sold recently in the NFL? I go back about 5 years. I think there's been 4. Okay? The Brown family, they all have alligator arms. They're a good family. They've always treated me well. Paul Brown, met him. Son Mike Brown, always comes over in the Cincinnati press box, say hello to me. How's the network? Ba, 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 boom. Nice people, but they have alligator arms. That's why the Bengals haven't been good recently. And a couple of players they should have given a nice contract, go to other teams and make money. All right, but they're just, and it's one of the worst franchises around. One of the worst franchises around. And it still boggles my head when I look at one of the lowest salaries in baseball, Oakland and Tampa, and if you check the standings this morning, it looks like both of those teams are going to be in the wild card. And you never know with a one game or whatever. Ask the Yankees. Sometimes they're 1 and out. But those two teams in bad cities with bad stadiums, Oakland and Tampa, they get it done. They know how to build, rebuild, trade. They know how to get free agents at a nice cost. So maybe Pittsburgh someday with Ben Sherrington, who I know from Boston. He's trying his best, but he's limited when it comes to who signs the checks. But they got like 13 new prospects in all these trades. I would like it if just 5 of them become top-notch major leaguers with the Pirates, okay? All right. Abe Key, a little bit after 1. Bruce Wheeler, I call him the king of blues. And Josh Blackmore from West Banco will be here.
Blakemore. It's
Blakemore.
Yes.
Sorry, Josh.
Not to be confused with somebody else.
Yeah, it happens. You know, I'm human. It's only my 4th mistake in 41 years, Lola, right? Or maybe the 4th mistake this week. But you know how shocking it was to see this morning?
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm there.
Bill. I mean,
Oh, my God.
I'm sure a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
Oh, my God, I was just there.
Especially somebody that drove through there 5 minutes before it
my
happened,
God.
not an hour and a half.
And the gentleman's from West Virginia. Oh, it's just, you just never know. But that was hell. I went back home before the drive to Pittsburgh was rough. I helped clean the streets because I think the truck broke down with East Washington Borough. And I couldn't believe the branches. My RAV4, it's dark red or cherry red. It was covered with branches and stuff. You know, I park under some trees, so maybe it was my lucky day. And then to sit with everybody that was wearing a Cardinal uniform was strange, but I watched a hell of a game. It was one of the best games I've ever watched. And, you know, I didn't have to sit in the press box. I was right behind the Cardinal dugout with Cardinals fans watching the old guy do his thing. This old guy is going to do his thing. Bill DeFabio. I'll be back with my sidekick, Lola, right after this.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Carrie Hudasek. Former Jefferson County Sheriff and Ranson Police Chief Ed Buber has died. Morgan County Sheriff Casey Bohr confirmed the death on social media and offered his condolences this morning, calling Buber, quote, a great brother in blue. State police are investigating an apparent murder in Preston County. Troopers say 36-year-old David Wilhelm told them 30-year-old Stephanie Weiss had a gun in their Kingwood home and was threatening to kill herself. Wilhelm told police the gun discharged, striking Weiss, and then he lunged to get the gun from her. Wilhelm has been charged with second-degree murder. Coal mining-related deaths in Raleigh and Randolph counties are under investigation. Governor Jim Justice addressed the deaths during his briefing at the state capitol Wednesday.
You know, I hate it like crazy anytime and every time that we lose a coal mine.
53-year-old Timothy Collins died at a coal mining operation near Mill Creek. 60-year-old Jeffrey Hudnall was killed at the Marfork coal operation near Paxville. State School Board member Deborah Sullivan is urging people not to put a lot of emphasis on standardized test scores from last year because those results were greatly impacted by the COVID-19 crisis.
Test is but a snapshot of a moment in time. It's not the whole child. It's not the whole academic, intellectual capability.
There was low proficiency in English language arts, math, and science. You can see the numbers at WVMetroNews.com. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Get ready for another scorcher. AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg says heat index values are expected to reach 104 in parts of West Virginia.
It's going to get a little worse. Temperatures mid-90s the next couple of afternoons, maybe even 3 afternoons all the way through Friday before we see any kind of relief from the heat and humidity this weekend.
A heat advisory takes effect at noon today and runs through 8 o'clock tonight. It includes all areas with the exception of the southeastern and eastern mountain counties. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. Beware of telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you. Callers threatening you with arrest or other legal action and demanding money are not from us. If you receive a call like this, hang up, do not provide them with any form of payment or information. Report the call at oig.ssa.gov.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt Your child's teeth and gums need the right nutrition and care to grow strong and stay healthy. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Save today on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Save on Chamberlain garage door openers. Smart garage door openers feature built-in Wi-Fi that allow you to open and close your garage door from anywhere. Get 11% off all Chamberlain garage door openers. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through August 14th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
The celebration begins Friday, August 13th at Wheeling's Heritage Port with live music. Celebrate 20 years of the Heritage Music Blues Fest. This year's Blues Fest features blues superstars Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters, 2021 Traditional Blues Grammy winner Bobby Rush, the rock and blues of Indigenous and Anna Popovich, and up-and-coming blues superstars Davey Knowles and Hannah Wickland, and many more. Heritage Music Blues Fest, Friday, August 13th through Sunday, August 15th. Tickets and info at heritagemusicfest.com.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to
Hi, this is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10:06, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe for Statewide Talkline. I'll have guests, conversations, texts, phone calls, and all the big stories affecting West Virginia. So tune in weekdays right here on FM 98.1 and FM 97.7, The Watchdog.
Well, this gentleman is very busy down the street getting ready for his matinee, maybe the best in the country when it comes to blues. Let's welcome Bruce Wheeler. Hey, Bruce, how are you?
I'm good, Bill. How are you?
Getting ready for the big weekend?
We are. I'm looking down at the stage right now. That was just set up this morning. We're waiting on audio to come in. Looks like the audio truck just pulled up.
Yeah. Well, you're sounding good on our audio end. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for joining us on what's, well, you've been planning on this for a long time. You've done this since day one. This is what, 20 years?
20 years. The first one was in 2001. We were going to celebrate our 20th year in 2020, but then COVID.
Oh, man. 20 years. Wow. Were you one of the first ones to bring this all together, or did you have a committee helping you? How did that all turn around to make it what it is today, a great event?
Well, no. I have never had a committee. Actually, there's great little stories about that. You know, I've had people that try to come in and, well, so-and-so told me that I could do this, and this person in your office, and et cetera. Well, 50 weeks out of the year, I am the Blues Fest. And then 2 weeks out of the year, then my family and friends and everybody comes in to participate and help us out, put on a wonderful event.
Now, this year, 2021, you mean you started to prepare for this weekend a year ago?
Actually, this weekend was a lot of the acts that were scheduled to perform in 2020 are returning this weekend, all but 3.
Okay, you want to go over the lineup for us?
On Friday, we start with Davy Knowles from Britain. Actually, a guitar player that's getting rave reviews. Actually, on Facebook, there's a little clip by Warren Haynes from Government Mule and the Allman Brothers Band talking about that Davy Knowles is a real original and an incredible talent. Following Davy will be Carolyn Wonderland, who will be releasing her Alligator Records debut in October. She's from Austin, Texas. Following Carolyn is Ronnie Baker Brooks, and then Coco Montoya. And then Ronnie and Coco will get together and pay a tribute to Albert Collins after that. Saturday, we have a band out of Pittsburgh called Soulful Femme, followed by Nick Schneblin from Kansas City, Gumbo Grits and Gravy from all points around the country, which is an interesting act, kind of Cajun, Southern, with some Chicago blues violin added in. Then we've got rock and blues from Indigenous and Hannah Wicklund. Jason Ricci and J.J. Appleton follows them. And then a blues guitar legend closes Saturday night, his first time at the festival, Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters. On Sunday, we have Hirojo Trio out of Canada, the IBC winner in 2019. Then Roof Records Blues Caravan with Jeremiah Johnson, Ryan Perry, and Whitney Shea. Then the J.P. Soares Gypsy Blues Review with Jason Ricci and Ann Harris. And then Anna Popovic, Serbian guitar player who now lives in Memphis. And then closing out the entire weekend is the 2021 Grammy winner in traditional blues, Bobby Rush.
Wow, that sounds like a all-star, maybe Hall of Fame lineup. No wonder it takes you a while to get them together.
Yeah, and then every night is followed with an after jam. This year, the after jam will be held in the McClure Ballroom, so that because of indoor, we can do a little more social distancing. And also we have a new sponsor of the Blues Fest, Roxby Development, the new purchasers of the McClure Hotel.
Yeah, I just found out a couple of weeks ago the new purchasers just purchased the hotel. So, you know, that's one of the great historical buildings in this town. You know, there's a lot of history there. So I'm glad to see, you know, fresh blood, new blood, maybe new ideas. But been at the McClure a lot of times and always had enjoyable times there. So I usually go to the after party with Charlie Pappas and the Doo-Wops. So. And that's coming up in October. What a lineup you have, you know. And I'm sure.
Thank you.
I'm sure Lola. Is that one hell of a lineup?
Yes, it is. And Carolyn Wonderland, didn't she do a show at River City one time? I'm sure I've seen.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, she did.
That's what I thought.
You probably have people calling you, Bruce, because you're like the Hall of Fame of all the blues. They want to come here to work for you. You probably don't even have to lift up the phone. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, agents are all the time trying to figure out how to get people on our event.
Can this event compare to any other event around the country?
Yeah, as a matter, there's a few. We're very similar to the North Atlantic Blues Festival that's held in Rockland, Maine. Probably the big. It's an indoor festival, so I'm not sure that it's going to happen, but the big blues bender is done in Las Vegas. There's quite a few, but this event was awarded the Keeping the Blues Alive Award by the Blues Foundation in 2010. And the introductory speech from the head of the Blues Foundation at that time said, if you haven't heard of the Heritage Music Blues Fest, take a look at their lineup. And people can always keep up on what we're doing through our website, heritagemusicfest.com.
Social media, you know, I'm familiar with Charlie Pappas, who brings in all these great groups from when I was young and so on. But, you know, social media has helped him sell tickets in the past. You know, usually you just either had National Record Mart you buy for concert tickets, but now with all kinds of social media out there, you can get the word out, you know, without spending a lot of bucks, ads, newspapers, radio, and TV. So that's good. That's good. But I've got a feeling if I'm a blues performer like in San Francisco, I want to come to Wheeling and be noticed, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
And you will be noticed.
And yes, last year, or in 2019, we had a couple San Francisco people. We had Elvin Bishop, an incredible guitar player, and Tommy Castro.
Okay. How do I know Bishop?
San Francisco based.
Fool around,
Elvin
fell in love?
Bishop was
Fool around, fell in love?
Fool around and fell in love, exactly. That was his crossover pop hit.
Yeah, okay. And the other gentleman I'm not familiar with, but you're going to tell me a little bit about him.
Tommy Castro is just a San Francisco-based blues guy, you know, guitar player, eye candy for the women, right, Lola?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay. What's known as the blues capital of our country? Is there a certain city? Is it New Orleans, or what is it?
Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Home of the blues.
The home of Sun Records, and probably Chicago. You know, basically a lot of the performers that kind of grew up in Mississippi, et cetera, then found their way to Chicago under the wonderful record label that was there, Chess Records.
Yeah. I think Chuck Berry was on that. Chess Records.
Chuck Berry was on that, Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
The who's who of the blues were there.
And Sun Records, wasn't that the Mr. Presley's first label?
Yes.
The Colonel?
That was on Sun.
Yeah. The Colonel opened the doors there for the... By the way, I found I have a lot of my records still sealed because I would buy them and put them away because I wanted to keep them. Now I want to get rid of them. But I found an Elvis Presley Singing the Blues album, and it's in mint condition. And I looked at the back. I said, I didn't know he did the blues, you know?
Well, actually, Elvis's first recording was kind of the essence of what ended up being rock and roll, was blending country with the blues. His first record was I can't think of the country-oriented tune, but the blues tune was "That's All Right, Mama."
Okay, I'll have to pull that record out.
I can't think of the.
That's okay. That's all right.
Of the flip side.
I'm going to check that album out and check it out. But yeah, what's the admission prices like? I don't have a list or anything. You're going to tell me.
Yeah, single day admission is $40. A weekend pass now at the online sales ended last night at 10 o'clock. A weekend pass is at the gate is $100. And a VIP, which includes this year's T-shirt with a Bob Villa Magna design on it, and after jam admission is $100.
Okay, and after jam will be at the McClure, right?
After jam will be at the McClure.
All right, boy, it's who's who blues. You know, I have Miss Blues here, Lola. And if I have any more questions, she'll have the answer to it because she loves the blues. And I'm getting into the blues because, you know, I still listen to bubblegum music, you know, from the 60s and 70s. But the blues, yeah. You know, I listen to jazz. I'm listening to, you know, I even got the best of Lawrence Welk I played a couple of weeks ago. Can you believe that? Does that mean I'm getting old? Am I getting old, Bruce?
No, none of us are.
Yeah, Glenn
So
Miller.
you're going to come down and check out the festival?
I'm going to try. I have Wild Things games on,
Good.
so I'm going to try. But we'll be
Okay.
well represented with Linda and
My name is Lola.
Lola. Yeah,
yeah.
I just
that
had a blank.
person you've worked with for
I've only
14
been with you 11 years. Sometimes my mind goes blank, But they'll be representing the station and themselves. They'll probably be one of the first ones there. And they love the blues. They love being out in the community, and it's going to be good stuff. So, but I wanted to share some moments of history. I didn't know it was 20 years till you told me, and you put all this together. Now, will you take a rest for about a week before you work on 2022?
Yeah. I'll chill out a little bit, and then get right back at it.
All right. Give me the times again, will you, from day one to when it ends?
Friday, the gates open at 4 o'clock. Music starts at 5. We go till 11. On Saturday, the gates open at 11 o'clock. Music starts at noon, and we go till 11. On Sunday, the gates open at noon. Music starts at 1, and we go till about 9.
Okay, all right. That's the place to be all weekend. All right. Hey, Bruce, thank you. I know you were real busy when I talked to you the other day. Thank you for spending a couple of minutes telling us about one of the best venues, not only in the Wheeling area, Ohio Valley, but in the country, because you bring in the best and you do the best job. So thank you very much. I'm still jealous of all that white hair on the top of your head. All right?
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate being on the radio with you.
Okay, thank you, and have a good weekend.
You too.
All right. Lola, you going every day?
Absolutely.
You VIP?
No.
No? Okay.
No, because we like to wander, and we take the dog and and let her go swimming, and we'll go home and change clothes for the evening and come back.
Yeah. Hopefully the weather's cool. Is weather supposed to be cooperative?
Who
knows, right?
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, yesterday was like sunny, hot. Oh, was it hot? Then
Well, they kept saying it was going to, terrible storms were coming. Terrible storms were coming. And I'm thinking, oh, another day I'm going to have to sop up wet carpet because the windows were up. So, and then it rained and it quit. And that was it. So I don't know. I give up. Yeah. Where we take the dogs swimming, it's like a rocky beach, and there's trees and stuff, so you can get out of the rain for the most part. And Gretchen found a little cave, and she goes in there to stay dry. So, and the truck is not far. I mean, if it really gets looking nasty, then the truck is not far. And neither is the station.
What is the highlight for you and Linda? What is one group you can't wait to see or one performer?
This year?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen several of these already, but I really, really like that Gumbo Grits and Gravy. I like that kind of Cajun music, and that's what they do. They do a lot of Cajun. So Coco is always good. And I don't know, just all of it. I mean, I've seen Carolyn Wonderland before, and I've seen Anna Popovich.
Wow.
So, and then Stan, his band is going to work the second stage on Friday, and then my good friends, the Sarah Hayes band,
you and Butch.
they're working Saturday on the second stage.
Do they have concessions there? Are there tents to sell
there's
food?
Food trucks. And
Food truck, okay.
beer vendors. And,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's good stuff. It all starts tomorrow at 4, right? 4 o'clock they open tomorrow? To 11? Okay. All right. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Always talk to Bruce Wheeler. He's one of the busiest guys in show business. And now I know why, trying to get all these great acts together. And you're dealing with agents and whatever. And, some of these people probably haven't worked for a while because of COVID. But I think if he mentions his name, Bruce Wheeler, Heritage Blues, I want to come. Yeah. Just send me the contract. Yeah. That's just a place to be, And he got a couple of people California, whatever. I remember Alvin Bishop, I forgot he did like a crossover thing, fooled around, whatever. But he gets the people, man. He gets the people. Hats off. It's a lot of work. More than I could ever think about, let alone do. So, all right. Do you want to take a break, Lola, or you want to talk a little bit about the blues? The groups, whatever? You call it.
Yeah, we do need to take a break.
All right. Lola says take a break, and let's do it. Hopefully there'll be no blues because the weatherman's going to cooperate. I know. I talked to him just a few minutes ago. I think I did. We'll be right back. We don't have the blues here. We just have happy stuff for you. And if you want something to do this weekend, just come on down to Wheeling. All right? Come on down to Wheeling for the Blues Fest. It's one of the great attractions, not only in this area, but around the country, especially if you like good music and entertainment, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to meet Lola Miller. How about that, folks? We'll be right back.
Hi, Toppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talkline. We'll talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia, top political figures, sports personalities, sometimes just plain folks offering their opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard.
Who wants craft beer? Saturday, August 21st, the Mountaineer Brewfest is back at Wheeling Heritage Port, showcasing craft beers from West Virginia's finest brewers. With great food, live entertainment, and many more craft beer selections in our beer garden, it's a wild and wonderful time, and you don't want to miss out. Proceeds benefit a Special Wish Foundation. Get your tickets now at MountaineerBrewfest.com. Brought to you by Wheeling Island Hotel, Casino, Racetrack, and the UPS Store.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota pre-owned super sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota pre-owned super sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Dutch Boy DuraClean exterior paint and primer in ones, durable weather-resistant coating stays clean and keeps your home looking beautiful. A gallon of flat paint is $29.79 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through August 14th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now with savings and reliability you can count on. So check out an adventure-ready gas model RAV4 or a spacious Highlander that seats up to 8, both with up to $750 cash back. Or an all-wheel drive Venza hybrid, now with $1,000 cash back. Visit buyatoyota.com for more great deals. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end September 7th. Toyota, let's go places.
College football is back, baby. The Watchdog brings your favorite teams right to your speakers. Let's go, Mountaineers! On WKKX 98.1 FM and AM 1600. If hanging with Sloopy is more your style, WVLY 97.7 FM and 1370 AM is home to the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Watchdog is your home for the best in college football in the Ohio Valley.
Come on and take a free ride. What's free anymore? Oh, this is free. Freedom of speech. Well, so far, it's free. Lola and I will talk about the oldies calendar coming up at probably 1:35 now, but coming up at 1:05, you want to stay tuned because if you like to watch youngsters from around the country play baseball, you got to go to the Pony League World Series, okay? That's coming up at 1:08 with Abe Key. He's the Bruce Wheeler of the Pony League World Series, you know? And he put together a great effort to keep the Pony League World Series because there's rumors about Arlington, Texas, with their 9,000-seated stadium would be perfect for the Pony League World Series. But no, it's still in Washington, the birthplace. And you know what? It's a comfortable little area. Sometimes you might have a parking problem, but you know what? When you're going to any kind of a World Series, when you get there, you forget about, gee, I had to stand in line for a couple of minutes, whatever. But Abe Key, Mr. West Virginia Mountaineer, will be joining us at 1:08 to give us some details of the teams, of all the teams that will be participating, okay? Today is Cast of Thousands Day. We'll let you know about that during our talk about the oldies calendar at 1:35. 1:08, Pony League Baseball. It's all about future players that's going to the major leagues. We'll be right back.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1 W251CY, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7 W249DU, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. The FDA is expected to authorize a booster shot of COVID vaccine in the coming days. But according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, this dose will be specifically for certain people. ABC News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jennifer Ashton.
In general, that term weakened immune system or immune compromised, we think of people with organ transplantation, people undergoing chemotherapy for cancer, or people living with HIV, AIDS, or who have an autoimmune condition or on suppressive medications. But we also have to remember pregnancy is immune compromised condition, and so is older age.
Reaction to California being the first state in the country to mandate that all school staff members, including teachers, front office staff, and custodians, must be vaccinated or face weekly COVID testing.
The National Education Association, the largest teachers union in the country, says California's plan is a good one that they'd like to see elsewhere. The union saying schools need to follow the science and that science shows that COVID vaccines are the most powerful weapon against the pandemic. The union says it will put full support behind mandated vaccines for teachers, and for those who refuse or can't get the vaccine, then they would be tested regularly. Alex Stone, ABC News.
This apparent standoff over raising the roof.
Unless Congress raises the debt ceiling, the U.S. could reach its borrowing limit in the next couple of months and risk defaulting on its roughly $28 trillion in debt. Asked if he's worried about that happening, President Biden answered in one word, nope. He said Republicans won't allow the U.S. to default since much of the increase in the debt happened under their watch in the previous administration. But 46 Republican senators are already vowing to vote not to raise the debt ceiling. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
London's police department reviewing its files but not opening an investigation of Britain's Prince Andrew, who faces sexual assault allegations in a U.S. lawsuit. That from the department's top official. You're listening to ABC News.
The pandemic's reminded us we live in a sea of airborne germs that can assault us with every breath. Your nose is the body's first line of defense by helping filter out allergens, bacteria, and viruses before they reach your lungs. But like any air filter, the more clogged up it gets, the less it works. So how do you clean your nose? I'm Martin Hoke, and I didn't invent nasal irrigation. The neti pot's been around thousands of years. But I did invent Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to flush out mucus and germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you sick. Over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage has over 70,000 online reviews averaging 4.7 stars because it works and it's easy to use. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Now available with eucalyptus for a spa-like experience. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Many years of training and equipping Afghanis to defend themselves against the Taliban, plus negotiations are not going well, says ABC's Ian Pannell.
Taliban always had capacity to hold rural district centres. They were much easier to take, much easier to hold, and much harder for the Afghan National Army to try and take back. And they kind of let the Taliban have it in exchange for the fact that it was the Afghan National Army who controlled the main urban population.
President Biden says U.S. troops are still on track to withdraw by the end of the month. Greece is reporting most of its large wildfires are now under control, but many other places are burning up, says ABC's Inez de la Quatera.
Forest fires in Algeria killing at least 65 people, including 28 soldiers sent in to help extinguish the blaze. Fires also tearing through southern Italy, and further north, the fires burning in Siberia are now bigger than all the world's other fires combined, multiple times bigger than the historic wildfires devastating California, Canada, Greece, and Turkey put together. This, as Europe reports its hottest temperatures ever, beating its previous record of 119 degrees set in 1977 in Athens.
And in Turkey, two extremes: not enough water for fires in the southwest, flooding in the north. At least 11 people are dead. Torrential rain triggered flash floods and mudslides. This is ABC News.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. Whoa! And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Woo! Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL and do more with modern devices in Windows 10 Pro.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
A Cleveland pediatrician is concerned about the current state of the coronavirus. Monica Robbins with affiliate station WKYC-TV in Cleveland reports.
Dr. Amy Edwards fears an impending Delta wave when kids go back to school, as the Delta variant sweeps through the country, mainly impacting the unvaccinated.
If you look at every single state that is dealing with a Delta variant wave, the first thing you saw was a massive increase in their adult cases and adult hospitalizations. The second thing you saw was a massive increase in their pediatric cases, and then you saw that increase in their pediatric hospitalizations.
Kids under 12 can't be vaccinated yet.
This is COVID on steroids.
I'm Monica Robbins.
And school bells are about to ring for many children, but for some, it will just be a continuation of ongoing classes. Michael Tater with affiliate WTOL-TV in Toledo reports from Northwest Ohio.
Kids will be back in school for the new year, but many are still working to get caught up after a year in and out of the classroom. Brinner Post works at the Huntington Learning Center in Holland. She says the demand for services has been high.
We had a student who asked, she was here previously, she asked her mom if she could come back because she's like, I'm not ready for math for my next school year.
Post recommends anyone feeling behind to not be afraid to reach out and get help. Michael Tater in Holland.
For a look at state news anytime, visit ONNradio.com. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local talk is just around the corner. Stay right here on The Watchdog.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-
finest brewers. With great food, live entertainment, and many more craft beer selections in our beer garden, it's a wild and wonderful time, and you don't want to miss out. Proceeds benefit a Special Wish Foundation. Get your tickets now at MountaineerBrewFest.com. Brought to you by Wheeling Island Hotel, Casino, Racetrack, and the UPS.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Weather look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Partly sunny skies with a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. An afternoon high of 93. Showers and storms likely through the evening. Overnight, a low near 71. Clouds and sunshine mixing for your Friday with highs in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
Tax the rich, feed the poor, tell there are no rich no more. I love to change the world, but I don't know what to do. So I leave it up to you. Population keeps on breeding, nation bleeding, still more bleeding economy.
I'd love to change the world, but I'm going to leave it up to Abe Key. He's a good organizer. How do you like that intro, Abe?
I love it, Bill. Great to be back with you again. Thanks.
Yeah, we
for the
should get
opportunity.
together. We should get together real soon because you never know. I might wake up one morning and see that giant mushroom in my backyard,
You may.
Okay, I'm not upset at you because I'm thinking, where's my team from Italy? But you're not getting anybody from outside the United States this year, right?
Well, we're ready to kick off tomorrow night the 2021 Pony League World Series after taking a year off for COVID-19, as most sporting events were canceled or minimized last year for sure. We're back at it again. We started Friday night. We're paring the field down from the usual 10-team field to 8 teams. And our European, Asian, and Mexico entries had COVID-related travel restrictions imposed on them, so we added another regional team to make it a balanced field of 8 teams, and we're ready to kick it off Friday night at 5:30 at Lou Hayes Pony Field here in Washington, Pennsylvania.
I saved the Observer reporter when you had all the teams and where they're from, and I left it on the dining room table. I was going to use the information on there because I paid $1.50 for the paper, and I said, you know what, Abe will let me know who's coming. So who are the teams?
I will.
Who are the teams?
Well,
Abe?
we always have, as a result of hosting the World Series here in Washington, we have a Washington County team. Those kids will be made up of 6 area high schools. Washington High School, Trinity High School, McGuffey High School, Chartreuse Houston High School, Canemak High School, and Bentworth High School. And from what I understand, it's a pretty well-balanced team from all those places. So we're very excited about that. And we'll have 2 host area teams, and that's the first place and second place team from the host area tournament. That's the final 100-mile radius of Washington County, Pennsylvania event that we have to qualify a team for the World Series. And that'll be Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and Youngstown, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to have one team from outside the United States, although it's a Commonwealth of the United States. We have Bayamon, Puerto Rico is coming. They're on the plane right now. They should be getting into Pittsburgh shortly. They'll be representing the Caribbean zone. And we have 4 U.S. teams that are going to participate, one from the west, one from the south, one from the north, and one from the east. First, the West Zone team, they defeated Simi Valley, California in the championship game, 6-4. San Jose Police Athletic League from San Jose, California. And in the South, we have Brownsville, Texas, which is in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, about as far down in Texas as you can get.
Close to the border, right?
Very close to the border. And then in the North Zone, we have Bay County, Michigan, which is the Lower Peninsula, but northern part of the Lower Peninsula. Bay County.
Hold on one second, Abe. We have a young lady here who's familiar with the state of Michigan. Lola, you know where that is? Bay City?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Every year you seem to have a team from Michigan, right?
Yeah, we've had a lot of Michigan and Indiana and Illinois teams. Oak Park, Illinois, Evansville, Indiana, Bay County, Michigan.
Yeah, okay, all right.
They finished second a couple years ago, so we're real excited to see them.
Yeah, Lola says that team is better than her Detroit Tigers.
Well,
we like to have fun with Lola. Go ahead.
And then our final qualifier, and this is the first time ever from the great state of New Hampshire, we have Manchester, New Hampshire, making their very first appearance in the Pony League World Series. So we're set with 8 teams. We'll play 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, 4 Sunday, Monday. If necessary, elimination games on Tuesday, and the championship game will be at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, August 18th.
Wow, and it's double elimination, right?
It is 2 4-team double elimination pools, so you'll play the 4 teams in your pool to the end. You have to be eliminated twice to be eliminated from the tournament. And then the 2 winners from the 2 pools will face off in a single championship game on Wednesday.
Now, the last time a Washington team won, I was 1 year old.
So you just told me you were born in 1954, is that right?
Well, 51, so I'd be
51.
3 years old, okay.
You'd have been 3 or 4. So
Yeah.
the only time a team from Washington, Pennsylvania has ever won the Pony League World Series was 1955.
Oh, boy. I was off a couple of years. Of course, I don't remember the 55 team at all. I grew up in Bentleyville. You know, I didn't know anything about the Pony League or whatever. But I did play ball 84 Little League, okay?
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. That's a pony organization down there.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you know where the 84 auction is, the building?
I do.
Okay, the railroad tracks was home plate.
That field is no longer there, unfortunately.
I know, but imagine.
I know exactly the field.
All right, imagine Billy DeFabio wearing number 9, because I was a Maz guy.
Okay.
Steps up to the plate as an 84 Hornet, and I hit a fly ball that went on the roof of the auction building. How do you like that?
I'd say that's a pretty good poke, if my memory serves me right.
And then some guy from the Pirates, I think his name was Mike Smutney. He later became a good quarterback on that 1970 Ken McMillan team. He put one a little bit to the right over the gate where they put the cattle in. So mine's just a long fly ball compared to Mike Smutney.
The great stories you remember playing youth baseball.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of fun. Then I think I failed to make the 84 Colt League team, which I was happy because we had to face the Washington Colt League team, and they had a guy about 6'8", and he threw a fastball that was maybe like Nolan Ryan. His name, Ronald Faust.
I remember Big Ron. But would you believe it or not, Ron is still involved in volunteering for the Pony League World Series.
Well, he likes it. I was surprised when he came back for the 3rd time to be the basketball coach at Wash High. You know, I'm figuring, how's this guy, an old guy like me, going to mix with these youngins? But he's done a very good job. So
he's got a secret formula, and it works.
But boy, I tell you what, he hit me in the butt a lot. Of course, it didn't hurt me. But if he hit me in the head, I probably wouldn't be here. But and I'm saying, I could have been on that Colt team facing Ron Faust. I'm glad I was a fan. So whatever. I still have my 84 Little League trophy, 1964. How about that?
Wow, excellent.
You want to buy it for $5?
You could donate it to our Hall of Fame and Museum here in Washington, PA.
Nobody would care.
Actually, it's a great little side story. Someone came in today, a young lady from here in Washington, Pennsylvania. She brought in a 1955 Pony League World Series championship trophy for a player.
Wow.
And we did not have one of those. And it actually belonged to a player on the roster by the name of Don Richmond.
Okay.
who played quarterback at the University of Michigan after a successful high school career here in Washington.
Okay.
And so we're honored that Karen Mansfield dropped that off today, and it'll be part of our archives here at Pony Baseball International Headquarters in Washington.
Well, I have, because I was on the executive committee of the Hall of Fame, which I'm no longer a part of, and there's a number of reasons for that. I have nice, like, placards, real nice plaques with pictures of all the baseball players in our Hall of Fame. And I'm sure when I show them to you, because I like to donate them to you, you would find a place for them. And I'm sure a lot of those names played in the Pony League system.
I'll bet they did, absolutely, if they're from Washington County, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, I got to ask you, because I mentioned early on the air, but can people visit your museum?
Absolutely. We'll have some limited hours this week because of all the games that are going on. But we were located right next to the Washington Wild Stadium in Washington, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And we are open from 8 to 4 game days. We have a small Hall of Fame and museums. It has artifacts, collection of uniforms and gloves and helmets and trophies and photos. And, it's quite interesting.
I haven't been there for a few years, but when I was there, I'm there. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is like the Pony League of Cooperstown, you know? And I do remember, I saw this skinny kid. Was it 2007, 2004? This skinny kid, Twiggy, was built bigger than this kid, Yelich, and he's a star in Major League Baseball. Do you remember him?
Well, actually, it's ironic you say that. We still keep in touch with Christian, and the Brewers are going to be in town starting Friday. And who knows? Maybe if Christian gets a free minute or two, he might get an opportunity to stop down.
Oh, my goodness. I never thought, watching him that day, that he was going to be a star in Major League Baseball. You just never know.
He played in the Pony League World Series from Simi Valley, California.
Yeah.
And,
did he help them to a championship?
He helped them to a second-place finish. He was a pitcher and first baseman and outfielder.
Yeah.
And he remembers it fondly. And we also have a Pittsburgh Pirate, although he just went on the DL to have season-ending knee surgery, Chase DeYoung.
Oh,
Chase
okay.
He's just had season-ending knee surgery. He had a real nice he won the championship game here at the Pony League World Series and was drafted by the Mets, maybe. And then Pirates signed him in spring training, and he probably made about 6 or 8 starts for us this year.
Wow. You know what? You ought to call the, I forgot his name, the media relations director of the Brewers, and see if, I'm sure somebody could go pick him up, right?
Yeah, we've already been talking to him.
All right, you're doing your job.
No guarantees, but yep. We'll maybe hopefully Christian will get an opportunity to come down and relive some of his stories for us.
Let him throw a first pitch, huh?
Why not?
Yeah. Boy, that's good stuff. I didn't think about Milwaukee being here, with Yelich being here. I mean, you even watch this kid on TV. You know, it's just like, how does he get that ball and send it 450 feet? Whatever. But I understand he's also a good kid in the locker room, and yeah, it has that Pony League history written all over his forehead.
Yes, he does.
All over his forehead. What's the admission prices, if I can ask?
I think for adults it's $6 and kids 14 and under it's $4 per session. That gives you all day. They're also selling passes at the gate if you're planning on coming to multiple games. I think passes are $25. So yeah, it's relatively inexpensive. Great family entertainment. Great baseball. We have music. We have mascot night. We have a military night. We have several live performances from some up-and-coming musicians in the region. Opening ceremonies will be Friday night at 4:30. Home Run Derby and the fastest runner, that's always fun. That kicks off Friday morning at 11, tomorrow morning at 11. Wow. So it's an action-packed week of games and extracurricular activities surrounding the games.
I know you do a lot of hard work, probably a week after. You're going to start working on next year, but you couldn't do any of this without your friends and my friends, because I spend a lot of money there, Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods has been made a huge difference in the Pony League World Series. We've gone from a really, really, really good baseball tournament to a really, really, really nice event. And Dick's Sporting Goods, their contribution, both financially and administratively and organizationally, have taken this event to another level for us.
Yeah. Is there a network TV or tape delay or anything like that, like Williamsport?
Yeah, so we're going to do 7 games on AT&T Sports Network through their affiliates nationwide in Puerto Rico. And then we'll have all the games. All the games will be on 14 games, 15 games, 13 games, whatever it ends up being. Yeah. Will be on MLB.com.
Wow, that's
so
great.
Pikewood Sports out of Morgantown, West Virginia, and Tony Caridi are going to be coming up and doing games for us. And so we're real excited about that.
Yeah, we work with Tony Caridi, and that's our news affiliate down in Morgantown, and we carry the Mountaineers. So I tried to convince them to carry Pitt, but they laughed at me. So, and we talked about this the other day. You agreed with me. Maybe one of the few from WVU to agree with me, but everybody agrees that WVU's got to be in the ACC. Now, you're a former Mountaineer. That's a win-win situation, don't you think?
Well, first of all, let's clarify. I'm still a Mountaineer. Once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. But
yeah,
yes,
that's true. That's true.
I think logistically, geographically, you can make an argument for West Virginia to join the ACC. Two reasons, real quick, to get back some of those instantaneous rivalries that we were missing.
Yeah.
Our closest away game in the Big 12 is 831 miles, Iowa State.
Oh.
We want to play Pitt. We might not beat Pitt every year, but we want to play Pitt. Who doesn't want to see the back?
Yeah, even Bob Huggins wants to play Pitt. You got to play him in football. You got to play him twice in basketball. And remember, if you bring West Virginia, and they got a good baseball team. Pitt has a good baseball team. Both teams are usually in the top 25 to go along with Miami, usually in the top 5. It only makes sense.
Right. And then we like our neighbors to the south, too. Virginia Tech's a huge rival for us.
That's true, too.
So that would make logistical sense. Then you get back some of those rivalries that you used to have in the Boston colleges and the Syracuses back in the Big East days.
Yeah.
I just think geographically, move to the ACC makes sense for us.
Yeah, and then
financially, I'm sure there are people in a room with a pencil trying to figure all that out as well.
Yeah, well, if you're Pitt or West Virginia, you got the pencil out. Hey, we can save money because we can take bus trips back and forth. Instead of those long flights. To what was the closest rivalry? Iowa.
Iowa State. Yep, 831 miles.
Oh my.
Yep.
I don't know if I asked you the other day. We did a special on Bobby Bowden, one of my favorites, and I was there when. His team blew the big lead to Pitt. Bill Hillgrove had a great story about Bobby, which was unbelievable. Was Mike Sherwood out of Bel Air, Ohio? He's still the AD there. Was he the quarterback of that 70 team?
That's a little bit before my time. I was down there in the late 70s, early 80s. So the first guy I remember was Dan Kendra.
Okay. You were there with Hostetler, right?
I was there with Hostetler and Oliver Luck. Oliver and I were classmates.
Oh. I like somebody else other than me to drop names.
Oliver had a nice career. He spent a lot of time in soccer. He spent time in the NCAA and was also involved in the new football league sponsored by WWE or Vince McMahon. And I think he was also ran a football club in Europe, or the NFL Europe. So he's had a great career and been able to stay in and around sports since he finished his playing days in the NFL.
Never interviewed Oliver, but I interviewed his son, Andrew, when he was with Indianapolis. I wish he was still playing because he was a cool cat, but whatever.
Yeah. That apple doesn't fall from the tree. Oliver is a good guy as well.
Yeah, that's right. How's Lincoln doing?
Yeah, Lincoln's doing well. He lives in Denver, Colorado, and yep.
Remember, he played on Bill DeFabio's sports call team.
Yes, he did back in the day.
I used to laugh at his dad. I used to laugh at his dad sitting in the outfield behind the fence reading the New York Times.
That's so stay away from all those other parents most of the time.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We don't want to talk about them because I get really upset about that.
Right.
Tell the people about the Abe Key, Lincoln Key, how this all came about with the names. I thought it was very interesting when I found this out.
This is off topic. I'll give you a Reader's Digest version. Our son and I have the same name, and one goes by Abe and the other goes by Lincoln. So we have a lot of fun with that. When we introduce ourselves to people, they all give us a double take.
Yeah, well, it's a great story.
Yeah.
My kids are bad. B-A-D, Brian, Anthony, and Danny.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, they're not bad kids. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. The problem is, if you ever driving down the street or you're listening at home, you hear that Harry Chapin song, Cats in the Cradle. That's me.
Yeah.
Dad, where are we going this weekend? Well, I'll be on a Steeler trip. Dad, well, where are we going tomorrow night? Well, I got a Penguin game. Now I'm getting the same thing. I asked one of them if they want to go to pizza. I got a date, Dad. I'm sorry. Just like you, Dad. You know, they grow up real quick, Abe.
They do.
And you do a great job. I know we argue
Thank you, Bill.
I know we argue about little things about politics, but you know, when people talk about Pony League World Series, I said that's Abe Key's son, the oldest son.
Yeah, we love it, and I've been here a long time, and we have a great group of people and volunteers. We have over 800 volunteers that will spend time at the Pony League World Series this week. Without them, we couldn't pull off any of these events that we do. And we have 7 other World Series and 3 other softball World Series as well, so different ages.
Yeah, hopefully
the Pony League World Series is our oldest and most well known, and we're very proud of it.
Will it be as big as the Little League World Series, which I think it's too much publicity?
Yeah, the Little League World Series. I mean, they're a great organization. They're a little differently run than us from an administrative standpoint, but who doesn't want to see kids play baseball? It's part of the American fabric. But maybe they're a little oversaturated. But they're not the only game in town. There's some really nice youth baseball organizations out there.
You know what I'm going to do tonight with the clicker for my TV? I'm going to go back and forth with the Steelers and Eagles. Probably won't watch much of it, but I'm going to watch the Yankees and the White Sox play in the Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that game starts at about 7 o'clock Eastern Coast time, I think. So that'll be
that would be cool. That's on my bucket list, you know?
Yeah.
I want to come running. Yeah, I want to come running out of that cornfield, because if I run into the cornfield, I won't find my way out.
Possible.
Abe, I'll talk to you soon about our
Bill,
Hall of Fame
thanks
pictures.
For the call. Really appreciate it.
And tell the people what PONY stands for.
Protect our nation's youth.
I love it. And you keep protecting it, man, because you're the best.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. Thank you, Abe.
See you soon. All right. Bye.
Yeah. Abe Key, Lincoln Key. Yeah. I asked him about that about 20 years ago. I said, why you name your kid Lincoln? He said, put 2 and 2 together, Bill. All right. But he does a great job there. I mean, he travels all around the globe promoting baseball, okay? Never really at home. So always has some ideas. Put together a great deal for Dick's Sporting Goods, and I think they have 3 more years on the contract. It's good to have them as your primetime sponsor. Social media, and a good friend of mine for a number of years because he was a Pirate broadcaster. Now he teaches communications at Waynesburg. Lanny Fratteri will be broadcasting some of the games, as if the voice of the West Virginia Mountaineers, Tony Caridi, okay? But yeah, I thought there was 500 or 600 volunteers. He told me about 800. Yeah. You know what? You want to get involved. There's nothing wrong with that. The Pony League World Series. Hey, catch a game there and then go to a Wild Things game this weekend. You can't beat the talent. Youth and guys trying to make it into the big leagues. Right now, I got to take a big league timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Carrie Hudasek. Former Jefferson County Sheriff and Ranson Police Chief Ed Buber has died. Morgan County Sheriff Casey Bohr confirmed the death on social media and offered his condolences this morning, calling Buber, quote, a great brother in blue. State police are investigating an apparent murder in Preston County. Troopers say 36-year-old David Wilhelm told them 30-year-old Stephanie Weiss had a gun in their Kingwood home and was threatening to kill herself. Wilhelm told police the gun discharged, striking Weiss, and then he lunged to get the gun from her. Wilhelm has been charged with second-degree murder. Coal mining-related deaths in Raleigh and Randolph counties are under investigation. Governor Jim Justice addressed the deaths during his briefing at the state capitol Wednesday.
You know, I hate it like crazy anytime and every time that we lose a coal miner.
53-year-old Timothy Collins died at a coal mining operation near Mill Creek. 60-year-old Jeffrey Hudnall was killed at the Marfork coal operation near Paxville. State School Board member Deborah Sullivan is urging people not to put a lot of emphasis on standardized test scores from last year because those results were greatly impacted by the COVID-19 crisis.
Test is but a snapshot of a moment in time. It's not the whole child. It's not the whole academic, intellectual capability.
There was low proficiency in English language arts, math, and science. You can see the numbers at WVMetroNews.com. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Get ready for another scorcher. AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg says heat index values are expected to reach 104 in parts of West Virginia.
It's going to get a little worse. Temperatures mid-90s the next couple of afternoons, maybe even 3 afternoons all the way through Friday before we see any kind of relief from the heat and humidity this weekend.
A heat advisory takes effect at noon today and runs through 8 o'clock tonight. It includes all areas with the exception of the southeastern and eastern mountain counties. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. The NFL preseason officially kicked off last week with one game on schedule. It was the Hall of Fame game between the Steelers and the Cowboys. All teams will be in action this week as the first official week full slate of game gets underway in the NFL's preseason. 2 games are on tap tonight, including the New England Patriots hosting the Washington football team and the Steelers playing in Philadelphia against the Eagles. Tonight, the New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox are set to meet at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. The location is the movie site for the Field of Dreams. Last year's Field of Dreams game was canceled. Download the Score app today. Lightning fast sports alerts so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. On that heavy shelf you hung yesterday. Turns out you didn't use enough anchors. Wait, you didn't use any anchors? Now you've got an open floor plan. Trendy. And if you have the wrong home insurance, you could need a wall of money to fix this. So get home insurance with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time. Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
This is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe for Talk Line. I have guests, conversations, texts, phone calls on all the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. So tune in weekdays right here on FM 98.1 and FM 97.7, The Watchdog.
If I could walk on water, and if I could find some way to prove, if I could walk on water, would you believe in me? love is so true. Na 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 na. So you said, just one more chance is all you get. Didn't mean to do you wrong again. Worst things have been done by better men. Baby, don't treat me this way. How long have I got to pay now? I'm still paying.
And we're back. Time to spend more time with Lola. Lola, just watch the video of the two Tiger outfielders that collided.
No.
Oh, here's an update. Derek Hill, and I hope I say the name right, Akil Baddoo, Baddoo.
Baddoo.
They were placed on injured reserve. Injured list, not reserve. I mean, they'd be done for the year if they frightening collision, and I watched it a few minutes ago, while they were chasing a fly ball Tuesday night in Baltimore. Ooh. Hill was placed on the 10-day IL with a bruised rib cage. Baddoo was placed on the 7-day concussion list. If you look at it.
That's a big blow. Baddoo is really good.
Yes, he is. He's one of the young ones that I like, and I like Derek Hill too, but it's frightening watching those guys collide. You'd think they would, suffer a little bit more than what management's saying, but it looks like they're going to be okay, but it's another frightening video. Then right below the story with the Tigers, I got, because Thursday and Sunday is the only days that the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette prints the newspaper. Usually there's a lot of sports on Sunday, a lot of sports on Thursday, including the story below the Tigers situation, ticket sales for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I had to look it up, Lola. You won't see Detroit playing Pittsburgh until January. I got to take my glasses and move them up. Hold on. I circled these. Detroit on January 28th.
Here or there?
Here. And then they're also here March 27th on a Sunday. That game with Detroit's on a Friday in January. They play in Detroit just once, and that's April 23rd. So we won't see your Detroit Red Wings for 1, 2, 3, almost 4 months. Okay? All right. I was wondering why they only have like a couple games in February, but that's the All-Star break. Hopefully they'll have a full season in the NHL, because I love watching hockey. Even if it's teams I don't particularly watch because they're on the West Coast or whatever. But it's going to be very interesting, especially that one opener, Vegas and Seattle, two teams, two expansion teams, one a couple years old and one a new one. So we expect to have the radio announcer for Seattle on next week. He's busy doing personal appearances with his new players, so that's good stuff. I probably won't watch much of Vegas because Marc-Andre Fleury's in Chicago. So when the Blackhawks play, I'll have to watch them. Okay? All right, that's good. But hockey's right around the corner. When's the first game for the Penguinis? Oh, they open up against Tampa Bay. That's the celebration of the Stanley Cup night in Tampa on the 12th. Then they go up the state or down the state to Florida the next day. And they open up with Chicago. Huh! How about that? They open up their home schedule with Chicago, and guess who might be in the nets? Marc-Andre Fleury. Good stuff. I will be watching tonight, Field of Dreams. I'll go back and forth. I got to make sure at halftime I'm near my phone because my guy in Philadelphia is going to check in with me about who I should get or who he should get for me for my morning sports or talk show. Here we go with the Field of Dreams tonight. Chicago White Sox and the Yankees. If you're wondering if the field's going to look just like the movie, no. The original movie site was quickly deemed too small for a standard game. So the made-for-the-moment ballpark required removal of 30,000 cubic yards of material and installation of 4,000 tons of sand and 2,000 tons of gravel. The bullpens were designed to mimic those at Comiskey Park in Chicago, home of the White Sox, one of the two teams playing tonight, the other New York Yankees. And there's even a just-for-fun corn maze beyond right field. There's been especially hot and dry summer in this part of the country, meaning Iowa, so an irrigation system was installed to keep the prime crop in good shape. And you know who paid for a lot of this? MLB. Why not? They got billions of dollars. And they knew that they were going to have this game on TV, national TV. There's I guess, scoreboard out there, all right? A scoreboard, a manual scoreboard that like the Red Sox have at Fenway Park. What other team has a manual scoreboard? Is it Wrigley Field? There's only a couple of them left. Okay, but Chris Marinack, the MLB's Chief of Operations and Strategy Office, talked about all what was done to the field to make it very unique. I can't wait to see the teams, what they wear. They will be wearing throwback uniforms, probably like the Sox that are wearing coming out of the cornfield in the movie, Field of Dreams. Both teams will wear the throwback uniforms back to 1919 when Jackson, Shoeless Joe Jackson, say that 10 times, Fabio, and you'll screw it up, played for the White Sox. He was one of the 8 players banned for fixing the World Series. Oh, I forgot about that. The history of that team is one of many themes woven into a film that transcends sports. The White Sox and the Yankees were also the 2 favorite teams of John Kinsella. He was the one that played Kevin Costner's dad. I think I cried at the movie. You want to catch, Dad? Or you want to throw a pitch, whatever? I know, Lola, I cried watching that with the guy you don't like, Kevin Costner. But this guy was on ER for a number of years, but yet when they see him in public, whoa, Field of Dreams, yeah. But they never ask him about ER. I wouldn't ask him about ER. I didn't realize a few years ago that Denzel Washington got a start on ER. You ever watch ER, Lola? Was it good?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was one of the very first ensemble cast TV,
okay.
TV shows. So, yeah, a lot of young people, George Clooney.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about George Clooney. You like him, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I'm going to be clicking back and forth. Good thing this wasn't the 50s or 60s where you had to get up to change the stations every couple of minutes. Thank God for that clicker. With my luck, the batteries will go dead or something. I don't think I have a spare pair, which I should pick up on the way home. But I'm looking forward to the Steeler game. Most, from what I understand, Coach Sirianni, by the way, he is related to the Sirianni who's the head coach at W&J. I think they're brothers, I'm pretty sure. The Sirianni of the Eagles is 40. That's got to be his brother at W&J. Can you imagine? Mom and Pop Sirianni. We got a son, college football head coach, and a son that's in the pros. How about that? It's a wonder because of that ugly word nepotism that Sirianni in Philadelphia doesn't have a job for his brother. Make him the defensive back coach or something. Yeah, that could be down the road. That could be down the road. But yeah, it's Dwyer Brown who played John Kinsella. All he had to do was take off his catcher's mask and walk right into the scene, and he was grateful for that little piece of film history. He was a small piece of that puzzle called Field of Dreams. That ought to be a hell of a game. Hell of a game. And if you look at it, it's not the same Field of Dreams you saw in the film. They have done so much, put millions of dollars into it, because it's like going to the museum, you know? I would like to go there. And if I drive, even with GPS, you know I would get lost, Lola. I'd end up in Kansas. I don't think so.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say if you'd like to go with me.
Linda and I have already talked about it the next time we drove out to Colorado.
Yeah.
And then we'd like to take a side trip into New Mexico.
That'd be a nice tourist thing. Wheeling there, couple, bus ride. How many hours to Iowa, you think? 8, 9?
No, more than.
Yeah.
Probably more.
All right. Well, if you guys go out and I'm still around you guys, I'll rent the RV. I can get a deal on an RV.
We'll see.
You'd go to Colorado, right?
Yeah.
You could just drop me off at the Field of Dreams.
And leave you there for a week?
Maybe I'll get a job as a groundskeeper. Security, there you go. That old house is there, by the way. That old house will be there. Dyersville, Iowa, which is the home of, how many people? Hold on. I read the story. Population 4,000. But the field was built for 8,000. Why? Because people will come to see the field. All right? What a great idea, What a cool idea. It's just like Josh Gibson hit a long home run in Denora. After all these decades, the mayor finally made the place where the ball landed, about 400 some feet, a sacred area, historical place. And we will have Sean Gibson on, I think, next Thursday, all right? He's been away promoting Black History sports, baseball especially. So, what a cool guy. We had him on a couple of years ago here, and yeah. And I've been in contact with Franco Harris, and he said, "Were you kidding on the air when you were going to donate those pictures with the Grays and the Crawfords?" I said, "Yes," because he just bought the Crawford restaurant in Pittsburgh, which is a great place. He's put some money into it, and he can hang my pictures up there right behind the bar. Donated by Bill DeFabio with a little plaque, of course, right? When I'm dead, I want to be remembered. I contributed, whatever. And he said, "I owe you dinner." I said, "Can I name my place?" He goes, "No." I said, "I'd like to have a sandwich at the Crawford Inn." He said, "That could be arranged." Smart businessman, Franco. Living off his name, his career. Franco's Italian Army, restaurant business. He was in the pizza business. He sold generic donuts to the United States Army. Yeah. But a good, good man. And he said, "When you have us on for the Immaculate Reception, is there going to be another surprise? Franco, if I'm around, you can bet on it." Who knows? He can't hear me right now. Maybe I get Bradshaw to call, because he's the one who threw the ball, all right? He didn't see it because he got knocked on his ass by Phil Villapiano. So, yeah, they'll be talking about that for years, conspiracy. You know what I watched last night, Lola? What did I get it on, Netflix? No. Xfinity? I have to go through demand and movies. Parkland Hospital.
Yeah.
I got the heebie-jeebies watching all that took place, in the hospital. Guys and gals trying to save Kennedy. Oh, it was...
This was a movie or a documentary?
Movie. But a lot of facts from what happened, so... It was, I didn't know it was at the theaters a couple years ago. It's a long movie, Parkland. And, it just makes you wonder, the coroner said you can't take the body out of the state of Texas, and some wise ass, we're with the FBI, CIA, we could do anything we want. And they took the body, hauled it out, and put it on the plane, and the girl that played Jackie, not very good. But the guy that played Zapruder with the film, I didn't know he sold that film to Life magazine for like $50,000, but donated a lot of that money to charity. He made 3 copies of the film. And wouldn't you know it, the government was right on his butt right after they found out a guy with a 8mm camera, and I have a camera just like that one. I should sell it too. And they confiscated it, but they made a deal. He made 3 copies. He gave the government 1, and he kept it. I mean, it's all good stuff that I didn't know. So, yeah, and I have all these books and films on Kennedy's, and I'm still learning about it because something went wrong there. And I didn't know that Bob Oswald was Oswald's brother, He didn't think his brother did anything. And when they took his brother to be buried, nobody would help put the casket in the hole. So you had 5 guys that dug the hole. They're standing there. Bob Oswald asked, "Would somebody please help me?" The police that were there just looked at him like he was an idiot. We don't want to be involved. This guy killed the president. You had these 4 guys, all men of color, came over, and together with Bob Oswald, put the dirt back in the ground, And I guess it was a plain placard they had there for years. And Mama Oswald wanted to sell the story about her son to Time magazine. But somebody convinced her that's not a good thing to do. Let the Oswald name rest in peace, if it ever will. All right? But that's it. I'm looking at a picture of Mike Lang, and I forgot that I have his partner on tomorrow, Ray Bork. No, Ray Bork's with the Bruins. Phil Bork, who you hear on the radio because we carry West Virginia sports, Ohio State sports, Notre Dame sports. We still carrying Cleveland Browns, Lola?
I assume so.
And the Penguins. So we could say he was a member of the AM 1600 team, all right? He'll have some great stories about Mike Lang. Mike left me a message. He said, down the road we'll talk. So, everybody's like bombarding him. Mike, you got to go on the air with us. We got to do a story on you. We'll be there with Channel 4 cameras. Bob Pompiano, Channel 2 wants to, he can do me later, all right? I've already covered his history in that. When I get him one-on-one, we'll have even more fun. But and I'll ask him tomorrow, Greg Brown, it was Mike Lang, all right? And I didn't know this till Greg Brown told me this last week. It was Lang that opened the door for Greg Brown, Steve Blass, because Mike Lang did some Pirates baseball in HSC, which I produced some of those Pirate games. I think they owe me money, too. I'd be a millionaire if people owe me money would pay me now, but that's okay. I was a nice guy. I didn't have an attitude back then. But HSC used to be the broadcaster for some of the Pirate home games. Because way back when, they didn't have a lot of home games on the air. And it was Blass and Mike Lang. Blass had retired. Mike Lang and Blass did the play-by-play. And they invited a young kid from Buffalo, Greg Brown, in a broadcast booth, and he did a couple of games. Yeah, too, you know. It's called networking. I'll ask Greg Brown tomorrow about this. Isn't that something about one of your friends, Greg Brown? And Lola? I talked to Jay Caulfield last night, and he said, we'll get together.
Okay.
I said, it could be a phoner. If you come down, I'll treat you to dinner. You can come down and spend the whole show. You can be the co-host. But Lola wants to talk to you, about her Red Wings, about, just talk in
I
general.
don't want it on the air. I mean, that's not what I was going for.
No, I told him. I said, you can come down before 12 or after 3. He said, okay. Then he said something bad. Boy, that Lola's a good gal. And I'm there.
What?
A good gal. Give me a break.
He knows, these guys.
Well, you ain't the greatest thing since sliced bread, Lola.
Me.
You're not the best thing since sliced bread. Sliced bread's not good for you, right? Wheat bread, there you go. That's all my Anthony eats, wheat bread, wheat crackers. Maybe that's why he's healthy. You know why he's healthy? Because he walks miles and miles and miles. Oh, I had Biff laughing this morning. You ready for a good laugh?
Oh, yeah.
You've heard the story about when I used to park at Three River Stadium and walk across the bridge to Weep and Daisy and all those stations I worked at?
No.
Well, one day I'm walking and it was windy and my hairpiece, because I didn't put enough tape on it, blew off my head. So imagine a Roberto Clemente bridge, which was the Fort Pitt Bridge or whatever years ago, me chasing my hairpiece in front of people going to work.
Did a crow pick it up and take it to its nest?
No, but almost went off the bridge. I would have jumped in after it. That was an expensive hairpiece. So yesterday, I'm cleaning up Lemoyne Avenue, Wade Avenue, because there's branches all over the street. Got in my car, and I went to Wade Avenue, which is up the street, but I didn't want to walk 5 blocks in the rain. Picking up branches on the road, because you get a branch caught in a car, you never know what's going to happen. These are big branches. So I went to bend down on this branch. It wasn't too big, not too heavy. I picked it up. Wind blew my glasses off, my wire rims. I'm chasing my wire rim glasses down the street. And I found them. Put them on, I couldn't see because they were so wet. So in my lifetime, I've chased my hairpiece and my glasses. What am I going to chase next, Lola?
A dream?
Yeah, a field of dreams. Oh, good TV tonight. But I got to watch the Steeler game because the Eagles have just announced that I got it here. Coach Sirianni, I'm going to play a lot of starters tonight. We got to see what these guys got. So if I'm Mike Tomlin, I want to see how these young ones who might be playing their last game or they could be playing for a roster spot, how they will do against, first-string guys. That's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. And I think I'm going to go to watch the Pony League World Series game Saturday. Wouldn't that be something if Abe, and I'm sure he's already made the phone call, calling the Milwaukee Brewers to see if Christian Yelich can come out to a game. You talk about a field of dreams, going out there to what he once played as a 13-year-old on a team that was runner-up. And I'm sure they would try and make him throw the first pitch. He's that kind of a kid. That would be cool beans. If he does it Saturday, I'll be there. Because he can't do it tomorrow night, because he's playing the Pirates. Can't really do it Sunday. Wow, I might have a field of dreams of my own this weekend. Oh, it's fun to work into sports. I don't know if we have time, Lola. Hold on. We can do the music. Here we go. For the 10th time, I got to bring this up. I hate the Yankees, but this is a good story. 1964, for the 10th time in his Major League Baseball career, Mickey Mantle hit home runs from both the left and right side of the plate in the same game. He did that 10 times. Oh, that's a miracle, man. The Temptation of Christ. Did that get bad critics? I mean, was that a bad movie? I didn't want to go see it.
It was a good movie.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
But it offended some people of
religion.
Religion.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I still don't want to see it. Cecil B. DeMille. Oh, boy, did he have some great movies. And they're not listed here. Film producer, died in 1959, born in 1881. Oh, here we go. Sign of the Cross, King of Kings, Cleopatra, which millions of dollars was gone. Reap the Wild Wind, The Buccaneer, and The Greatest Show on Earth. And, of course, The Ten Commandments, which is a long movie. Who was the star of that? Charlton Heston. All right. We have about another minute. Buck Owens. He was a pretty good singer. I got a Tiger by the Tail, which I liked because my aunt and uncle had the SO station. Tiger by the Tail, get it? SO. Waiting in Your Welfare Line, which is a funny song but never went anywhere. And he was a TV host. He was the voice behind Hee Haw. Did you watch Hee Haw?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I probably.
Yeah. Speaking of Hee Haw, Josh is here. Oh, Josh, I said that and I meant it. Uh-oh, here he comes. Hurry up, Lola. This song was written about you and Linda. Donna Summer back in 1979. Bad Girls. 1971, How Do You Mend a Broken Heart by the Bee Gees. 1963, I remember him as Little Stevie Wonder, Part 2, Fingertips.
Make it quick, Josh. Make it quick.
Yeah, Josh. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
You didn't watch Hee Haw, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay. Did you come out of the cornfield?
I did.
Yahoo! We're going to have fun because Josh is a funny guy. Plus, he's bigger than me. We'll be right back.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600, WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. The FDA is expected to approve a COVID booster for people whose immune systems are weaker, like those taking HIV or cancer drugs or pregnant women. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky.
We continue to see cases, hospitalizations, and deaths increase across the country. And now, over 90% of counties in the United States are experiencing substantial or high transmission.
White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Jeff Zients says while vaccinations are up in parts of the South,
in the past week, Florida has had more COVID cases than all 30 states with the lowest case rates combined. And Florida and Texas alone have accounted for nearly 40% of new hospitalizations across the country.
Officials at Florida's Suncoast Blood Centers say 3 local hospitals used an unprecedented amount of blood products in the last 24 hours, are appealing for blood donations. President Biden unveiling a plan to lower prescription drug prices, including use of generics.
I've instructed the Federal Drug Administration to get these genetic drugs to consumers faster. This is going to increase competition. Lower drug prices for everyone. Research shows the prices could be cut by 25 to 33% and save $54 billion for consumers over the next 10 years.
Pushback.
In Novato, north of San Francisco, about a dozen activists have fanned out to send businesses a message, leaving them flyers warning if they require vaccines, they'll face economic consequences.
The people who want vaccine passports are the ones who are happy to let you go bankrupt.
And while they don't lay it out on their flyer, the group members say they will boycott any business that requires a vaccine.
Will not use the services.
But Novato residents